Don't let me say okay, welcome to another podcast with Conversations with Jeezz. We got William Weyes here.
What up?
My guy.
Yep.
What we're gonna do first is, before I forget, how you sign this.
Okay.
Actually, I got this from Grayson, and
Okay.
I had him sign the front.
Shout out, Grayson.
Yeah,
am I supposed to sign any particular spot?
And you can sign wherever. You can sign inside. You can sign on the top. You can sign in the back.
How many people have signed it?
I got a couple in the back. I just started this little thing.
Okay.
So
Okay. Then I'm gonna go right on the front. Then.
Yeah, go right on the front, man. Legendary. Guys, we are in a great field. I've never been in a great field, and this is the very first one. So excited. We got to see some Williams chickens, which
yeah, shout out the chickens. We have 9 hens and 1 rooster. Okay. Yeah. We had 2 roosters.
Big chicken.
Who's now living at my girlfriend's parents' house. But we do love him and miss him. But the 2 roosters weren't getting along, so
yeah. Modelo?
Yeah.
I got yours.
It's good. It's good stuff. Never had it. I like it.
To you.
Cheers. Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
There it is.
Thank you.
Fire. Interesting enough, I was gonna say this. We met in Pittsburgh.
Okay, refresh my memory. I have a terrible memory. My greatest memory of you and I is filming the video for Tater's song "Blow," where we were messing around with the BB gun on Chico's couch. Maybe it was Chico's house. I don't know if you remember. I don't even remember whose house we were at, but I was messing around with the BB gun. That's what I remember. So please refresh my memory.
So I remember I met Devin at IUP, and this is when he was shooting
Everly,
videos.
Right?
Yeah.
And
I got to Pittsburgh in 2017, and he was like, "Yo, buddy, I want to shoot some videos with you. I got some guys coming down from Erie. But the day I'm gonna shoot with you guys." And I was shooting heavy hitters on my brother Cody out in Philly, and weirdly enough, we ran into you in Paris downtown for like a quick little moment.
This is in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, and you know it's funny. Who was there doing the Mercury Moon?
Oh, right. Yeah.
I just did a podcast with him.
Yeah.
He's on a podcast, and he was the camera guy.
Neiman. He was Neiman at the time.
Yeah. And he was doing the photos, and I ran into you guys in the alley. So quick little like walkthrough, and I seen you guys. You guys were shooting a video. We were shooting a video.
I don't remember any of that. I don't remember any of it at all.
I don't remember because you had short hair back then.
I did have short hair, so it was a while ago.
It was a while ago.
I don't know. Maybe I have Alzheimer's or something. I'm not entirely sure.
Alzheimer's.
It's disturbing and might be a real thing. But yeah, I have a terrible memory. So, thank you for
fire moment. That was the very first time. And then Jeremy Tager reached out. Shout out my brother Tager.
Yeah, shout out Tager.
He reached out to me, and then we got on Blow, and then I came to Erie, and then
I was reckless.
Walkman brought me up there.
Yeah, he told me, and I don't know. You guys had to pull over on the side of the road. Did you needed to take a piss or something? Maybe very badly.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah. He told me about that. You insisted.
Yeah, I had never been out there that time.
There was no question about it. We are pulling over.
It's funny. It's so weird, like how you end up in Erie, because like that was my very first time coming out here, and it's just weird how things.
It is weird. It's I don't know. Maybe that's God.
So you just dropped a new record?
I did. Diamonds. Yeah, we're switching gears. We're kind of steering away from the more introspective, what I describe as depressing kind of music. I deal with a lot of mental health stuff, and I put that in my music.
Okay.
So it's summertime. I want to drop a summertime record. So my offering for the summertime is diamonds.
Because pressure makes diamonds.
Pressure makes diamonds. That's right.
Absolutely. I heard it. It was fire, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, congrats, man. Like I've been seeing you when you took a step away from the music, I didn't see you for a while. I was saying to the guy, I was like, where's William at, man?
Yeah. It was 2019. I think I stepped away. So I've been gone for 6 years, roughly, and just made my return in March.
I'm happy you're back. Walkman stepped away too at the same time.
Yeah, we made our return at the same time. So Walkman hit me up. I played a show like a couple of years ago, random sort of one-off show that I played at the King's Rook. Shout out to Johnny Evans, who hit me up, and he was like, "Hey, want to get you on the bill for a show at the Rook?" and I was on the fence about it. Oh my goodness, I haven't dropped any music in so long. I don't even know if this makes sense. Ultimately, decided to do it, and Walkman called me the day of the show to wish me good luck, and I hadn't talked to him for years, until that point. And
Yeah.
that meant so much to me that he called me to kind of hype me up and let me know, like, dude, you got this, because I was nervous. And shout out to Walkman, and that reconnected us, and we've got a song together that is just it's something special. So by him calling me that day, that really just kind of kicked off this relationship that he and I have formed, and that's my dude for sure.
That's all you need sometimes is that little call, that little support.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
meant a lot.
hey yo, shout out Walkman because
Shout out
we need to
Walkman.
get you on their podcast.
Yep,
I actually
yep,
reached
yep.
out to him when I was in Pittsburgh. He was just busy.
Yeah,
But we got to get you on here
yep, absolutely.
next time. Yeah, great guy. But yeah, bro, sometimes you never know that little call, or that little text sometimes. And I
It
try
meant
to
a
do my
lot.
very best at whether I drop a comment or I'll reach out and hey, brother, I'm proud of you, or I'll shoot a call or a voice memo or a text. I've been a lot better at these last couple of years where I send random messages. So like it'll be out of the blue, like, hey dude, I hope everything is going well, because at the same time, bro, like that little bit of inspiration, that little bit of support goes a long way.
It could make or break, somebody. Somebody might be on the edge.
And I might be like, hey, you know what? Like fuck life, like and I've had moments where I woke up like, damn man, fuck this music, shit ain't working out. And I get a call like, hey yo, Jeezz, da 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 da, like yeah, my brother Vegas, shout out my brother Saul. I was having a down moment. I woke up one morning and he was dropping an album in Vegas, and he was like, "You want to come out to Vegas?" And I was like, "Why won't I?" And I was like, "That's all I need is a little inspiration,
Hell yeah,
those little things they mean a lot, bro."
they do.
Uh, so just dropped a new record,
Yep, yep,
just
yep.
bounced back
We're
to the
back. This is
music.
the third one. So new me. Okay, I
Yeah,
filmed new me on this road right
okay,
here, the road that we're
that
sitting on.
road,
Okay,
this one right here.
we are in the Cellar 54 Vineyards.
Uh huh.
Okay, that's where we are, and I filmed new me on this road. The first bar of that record is "Walking down this dirt road, sun beating on my skin." That's where I wrote the record. We filmed the video for it. I followed that up with a song called "Pain," and now the most recent one, "Diamonds," which we also filmed here too, on top of a semi trailer. So we're just living the vineyard life, banging out these music videos in the grapes.
Hey, bro, that's I'm excited that you're back, bro. Like I always seen that you had a lot of potential.
Yeah, man.
You knew what you was doing.
And thank you for real,
And
honestly.
seeing boys just step back into their passion. I love to see people doing what they love to do. Because life can be, it can be a lot, especially on men. Mental. June was Mental Men's Awareness Month or something like that, and it doesn't get the light on it that it should, and I know how I am, so it's just like when I see people getting their passion and doing what they love to do, they're not miserable, like I love that, so I love to see you bounce back doing your thing, and like I said, I feel like as long as you stay consistency, yo, you're gonna go, like
Consistency, yeah, that's been
more people need
my
to know about you in the area too. I be telling people about you in the area. I'm like, you don't know William?
no, they don't. And I don't know, I'm not out and about. I'm
Mm-hmm.
very reclusive. Obviously, I'm out in the country. I have not been out here my entire life, but I've
Yeah,
always been to myself,
yeah.
and probably to my detriment, because I do rep my hometown. I
Mm-hmm.
love my hometown. Like, if things work out for me and I'm on the world stage one day, I'm definitely
Not an
gonna
if,
be
when.
right, right. I'm definitely gonna be putting on for my hometown. So I got a lot of love for Erie, um, but I think just kind of me staying to myself so
Yeah.
much kind of prevents me from, a lot of people knowing about me. But I do love my
Shout
hometown.
out to 814.
Yeah, shout out.
I talk about you a lot when I meet people and I'm in the studios and stuff like that. I like, I hear a lot of music. I like when I talk about professionalism, because there's a lot of area artists. When I talk about professionalism, like I always bring up you, I always bring up Tager,
Hell
and
yeah, shout
I
out
was like,
Tasia.
these are the guys that are really doing it. When people get with me about music, I'm like, listen, I can put you in the right direction with the right people. I'm I feel like I'm that guy. Like if you want to get in a certain lane, like I'm very wholesome, very genuine, where like I can get you around the right people. That if you're taking it seriously or whatever, that they might even help you with a little bit of sauce education on what they're doing to better themselves. With the music. But you and like I said, there's a lot of music in Erie, but like you and Taser have been some of the guys that I've seen that take it seriously. And it's weirdly enough, it's like I've been in music like the majority of Erie. I shout out my brother MF Burns. He's from Erie.
Okay.
I was making music with him. I got music with Taser, you, Parrish.
Shout out Parrish too. I haven't heard from Parrish in a while, so shout out Parrish, by the
Yeah, I
way.
haven't talked to Parrish in a while.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of a fallout, but it's always love, bro.
Shout out
You
Parrish.
know, but just and then a lot of people that I've just been linking up here in Erie that make music and that I've been connecting with in Erie got a lot of talent.
Okay, absolutely. And I don't know everybody that's making music in
Mm,
Erie. I know that there are dudes out there with talent. So I'm hoping to find
connect,
more artists. There's a dude, DMC, the rapper,
yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. Like he's fire. So shout out to him. But I've never connected with him. I just see his stuff pop up on my
Uh,
Facebook. But Tager is my homie. But again, me being so reclusive, that kind of prevents me from knowing what's really going on. But I definitely want to connect with more local artists. So definitely, you know, send me that new music.
uh.
I'm trying to.
Pop back out with the long hair.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah,
ain't
yeah,
had
yeah.
no
Crazy. I
hair.
gotta cut this stuff. It's too warm and
Yeah,
it's a pain in the ass. But
yeah. Now it's a look, bro. Though, yeah.
yeah.
You know, what? yeah, bro. I mean, you got the way, bro. Like you can put really area on your back, on your shoulders, and you already very talented.
Thanks, man.
Like you got
Thank
the
you.
vision. You know what you want to do and shit. Very wholesome. Like I tell anybody is decide what you want to do. Like what's more important to you, and really, like I was saying earlier, success is whatever you think success is. But you're somebody that I can see going very far, but it
Thanks,
has
man.
to be. It doesn't matter how much I say it or anybody else says it. It has to be like, what do I care about most, and how far do I really want to go? And I had to have a sit down with myself and look how far I climbed. And when I came home from Paris, I really was like, I could do anything.
Hell yeah.
I was like,
That's
I
crazy.
remember
Yeah.
sitting in Mount Washington and looking at the overlook. I was like, I remember growing up listening to Taylor Gang. I was like, damn, I
Hell
just
yeah.
love Taylor
Yep.
Gang.
Same.
Seeing Wiz
Same. Same.
Khalifa
Yep.
on Paper Planes, and I was
Yep.
like, man, that's
Such an
crazy. And
inspiration.
Wiz, I remember Mac Miller opened up for Wiz. It was the very first time no one cared who Mac Miller was. He was
Crazy.
on stage, and opening up for Wiz, and nobody was like, get him off. We just want Wiz because nobody wanted to open her. They just wanted to see Wiz,
Yeah.
and I was just listening to Mac, and I was like, oh, he's gonna take off, and
Shout out, Mac.
and I looked at me. Shout out Mac, man. I've been to all his visuals. One of the reasons I came to Pittsburgh, but I seen that, and I seen at the Overlook. I was like, I know how far I can go because like where I'm from, like it's ain't nothing but pain. And I look back behind me and I see life, and I'm thinking like, yo, and I'm in Paris. I'm in a show at 2 a.m. in the
Which
morning
is
and shit.
crazy.
And I'm a host, and I'm with Taylor Gang. I'm with Fed. Fed is number one artist with Taylor Gang
Uh-huh.
right now.
Shout out,
And
Fed.
shout out Fed. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like right this close. I'm like here. I was like,
Right there.
how the fuck
That's
did that happen?
crazy. Just being in Paris
I was
though
like, I'm in
too.
Paris.
Like
Not just being, I never thought I would go to Paris,
Paris
but
with
if
the
I
music
did,
though.
but I wanted to do a show. Shout out Sins. And I was like, oh shit, I could go all the way. It was
Hell
like,
yeah.
how many people have done this? I'm like, I could really go all the way,
Hell
but
yeah.
how far do I want to go? And I came home, I sat down, I went through a lot of pain. I went through a lot of life. Life just started hitting me. And I was like, I had to bounce back. I was like, damn, yeah, you can go wherever the fuck you want to go, but it's going to be on you. So I can tell you a million times, like, yo, William, you got it. You can take
Yeah.
it. But it's gonna be on you to get out of that comfort zone and take it all the way.
Absolutely. And I definitely struggle with that for sure, getting out the comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
And, because a lot of the times it's like I have to will myself to keep pushing forward because I definitely get down on myself a lot of time. Even yesterday, I dropped the song and it's like, man, it's just not really doing what I thought it was gonna do. The YouTube video is just like nobody really cares about it, blah blah blah. And I get that self doubt a lot, and I talk about that in my music because that's what I feel more than anything else. I feel a lot of negative emotion. I'm not
Uh-huh.
a super happy, positive guy, but I am determined.
Yeah.
I am really determined, and I refuse to let that negativity hold me back from what
Yeah.
I want to do. But I've dealt with that my whole life. My whole life. I feel myself want to get emotional when I talk about it, but I put that pain in my music. I do feel a lot of emotional internal pain, and I put that out there in the songs. But I'm not gonna let that hold me back
Bro, like
ever.
pain is inevitable. Um, I hope I said that word right. Uh,
It sounded good. It
but
was fine.
that sounded good.
Hmm.
95% of the time I'm down. That's people
Which is
see
crazy
people.
because I don't mean to interrupt you, but you inspire me.
I appreciate that.
You are out here grinding. You seem to me like somebody who just exudes confidence and does not ever feel insecure in any way. And I'm like, yo, he's got it.
Nah,
You know what I
I'm
mean?
insecure all
So,
the time, bro.
which is crazy.
I a lot of people don't see that. All I know is pain. And when I say about my music, and shit, it's pain music. I've been through and when people come to me like they not say sob stories, they come to me like this is why I'm here and this is why I can't do this and this is why my life is like this. And I was like, you're fucking making
No
an excuse
excuses. No excuses.
because
Yeah.
like I know real pain. I've been homeless. I remember sitting out living out front of a grocery store, and sitting in a chair, you
Crazy.
know, and
Crazy.
and the pain that I've really seen in my face and and been through in my life, is unimaginable. And all I can think about is, and then a lot of time it hit me. Like sometimes I wake up and like, yo, I get super depressed. And people talk about taking their lives and all the time like that. I've been on that. And like a couple years ago, I had a gun went off, yo, and this close to hit me in my head. And I've almost lost my life a lot. But a lot of days, majority of the days, I'm in so much pain. I'm in so much depression. Thinking about my mother, thinking about my family, and when you go and I do shows and I don't see no family, or I graduate, I don't see no
Hmm. Hmm.
family. Like I'm putting everything on my shoulders. My brothers are gone. Lost my best friend. All I know is pain. Even up today, like all I know is pain. But I wake up and I decide like if I don't keep going, it's very easy for me to just call it quits and jump on it, go to the closest bridge and jump off. Like very bro, like and those are the thoughts. But when I always think about it, it's the devil at the end of the day. And I'm doing this because I know somebody's watching. Like if I wake up, I'm in the gym. It's like, oh, Jesus in the gym. I should probably go to the gym. Maybe
Man.
I go to the gym. If I'm doing music, like Jeezz don't give a fuck. And I do give a fuck. I'm very insecure, and I see the comments, I see the views, and I see the love, and I'm not where I want to be. But I'm like, I know as long as I keep going, I'm gonna continue to keep growing into the man that I need to be for my kids, and to be a husband, and to be a father, and to be somebody that impacts. And whether like whatever that's with the music, I just want to impact people. It's not just about the music for me no more. It's about who can I impact, who can I have a connection with. But like it's just weird because a lot of people say that. He say, "Oh, Jesus look like
Hmm.
he got all that.
Hmm.
He look like he's happy and shit." And me and my mom fell out a long time because all she sees is the internet. She's like, damn, you got it all together. No, you don't realize, what I'm going through. And it's almost lost my life, like I'm going through pain. And like they threw me away in Canada. I was locked up, like I was going through so much and I did it all alone. And but I know if I don't wake up and continue to get out of bed, it's over.
I feel like you glanced over so much, like I'm about to start interviewing you. Um,
No, yeah.
like Canada, what happened in Canada?
Yeah.
But I've had the conversation more than a few times where I'm like, man, if I was as confident as Rob, this would be so easy. But to hear that story from you, that's not what I would expect. I
Because I'm
don't
not the
ex-
most talented dude. I always look at things, and I was saying it earlier, is that I meet people that are very talented, and they got it together. I'm it got to be your why on why you doing this shit.
a
Shout
why
out
really
Tank Davis.
matters. Yeah.
Tank Davis said, "Hey, bro, like I ain't fight because I wanted to fight. I fight because I had to fight.
Mm,
And I ain't getting into music. I love music, but I did this because I needed to.
mm.
I need no one would hear me. No one was having these tough conversations with me. And seeing what I was seeing, and it's just everybody looking at me, and just blaming me and hating me and all these other things. But nobody know the real me, And it just you
Yeah,
gotta
it
you gotta
seems
put your
like it.
why.
It seems like it. I don't know. It seems like there's a whole story that I'm unfamiliar with.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah. But
mean?
it's things you don't talk about.
I
But
feel that.
so, moving forward, so now that you got this record, I just heard you got another record you're working on too,
I got a lot.
fire record.
I have a
And
lot.
what's next for William Wise?
I don't know how specific I want to get, but
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of records lined up. I started recording all this stuff last year, And this is the most prepared I have ever been. Now, when I kind of stepped away from music back in 2019, that was the pinnacle of my musical success. Like, I
Uh-huh.
began to headline my own shows, and things were becoming real, but at the same time, things became less fun,
Yeah.
and the depression took hold, and I was in a relationship that was really rough and taking a toll on my mental health. And all those things pulled me away from music, like, and I just wasn't prepared. Like, things were kind of moving a little bit quicker than I was ready for, and I really backed away. And now this time I put a whole year's worth of preparation into things before I even made my
Yeah.
return. So I am so much more prepared than I ever have been. So I have records lined up, but like I have talked to you about, we're living in the TikTok age, and it's this short form content stuff. And shout out to Sands, who has been filming all my videos.
Sanchez.
Um, but I'm struggling to keep up with the pace. So
Yeah.
that's my biggest struggle right now. I have the songs, but I'm struggling to keep up with the pace
It's
of
exhausting.
the TikTok generation that we're in, because it seems as if, seems that way to me, that that's what is necessary to kind of push your music career forward,
Mm-hmm.
is to kind of crank out these short form videos and yada yada yada. And those are, it's tough for me. That's my biggest struggle. I struggle being in front of the camera and holding it up, doing a
It look like you've been
whatever.
making it look good.
So but I have a lot of music. It's just the video content that's kind of holding me back at this point. So currently that's my biggest struggle. We're trying to work it out. I'm hoping you can teach me some
Yeah.
things, okay? Because you're out here, you know banging out the short form videos. So again, I got to be more like Rob. That's what I'm saying. I need the Rob level
Hey, listen, whatever
confidence.
I can,
So
art's by art, bro. And I'm hoping when I post, 'cause when I see somebody post some shit, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go. And like when I just like going to the gym, and I take a
yeah,
day off, I come back, bro, still in the gym. I'm like,
yep,
fuck, gotta get back. Like so we just inspire each other, to keep going. And that's what the thing is. Like, let's keep going. Like I'm hoping the next person's gonna see that, like, how I figure out, because I don't know what I'm doing. I have
same,
absolute
bro,
listen, world.
same.
We don't know what
I'm
we're doing.
clueless.
I don't
I am
know what I'm
clueless
doing.
right now.
I'm just doing it. And I'm waking up and like I'm going to, because when I'm not being creative, I get depressed. And when I'm not being busy, I'm like, fuck, damn, I'm in my head and shit. So I gotta be just working with like, like being inspired, like me, art. Cheers that. Cheers to, I don't
Cheers,
know
for
why I
sure.
keep putting this fucking thing
Yeah,
on.
stop doing that.
Cheers. So what was the reason that you kind of stepped back from the music, and what was the reason you kind of got back to it?
Okay. I stepped away because it started to lose, it stopped being fun. It
Yeah.
was not fun anymore. I was getting shows booked, and like things were kind of moving at a real fast pace, which you would think that you would want. Like, I got a show after show after show, but I just wasn't ready for it. And then on top of stressing out about the next show, I also had to write the next song, and I didn't have a back catalog of songs, and it just became too much. That was a big part of it. And then, the relationship that I was in at the time was also very difficult as well. So those two things, just the lack of the fun in the music,
Yeah.
and then the relationship that I was in, really took a toll on my mental health. And I just fell back. I don't even know if I made the conscious decision, like, I'm gonna step away from music. I just kind of withdrew, and then that withdrawal lasted for 6 years. But throughout those 6 years, um, I'm thinking, like, I need to get back to this. Like, this is my life's purpose. I don't know that I have anything else to offer the world other than music. I don't know that I possess another skill. And hopefully people feel that I'm skillful in, making songs,
Yeah.
hopefully, but that's all I have. I don't have anything else. So that thought had been bubbling up in my mind throughout that period of time. And I don't know what the thing was that made me decide, like, we're going for it. But it started out just me walking up and down this road, walking my dog, and just writing a verse, and then the next day write a verse, or next week I write a verse, and then eventually those verses became a song,
Yeah.
and then became another song, and okay, now we're back in the studio. Um, and it just kind of grew from there. So, I like I said, I've been preparing for, at least a year before I even dropped the first record, New Me. Um, so I don't know what the thing was, but it was always within me. I have to make my return, and I always knew that I would, but I
Yeah.
didn't know when. And I hope I didn't do that too late, but we're back now, and there's no plans of stopping.
Yeah, the music, man, like it one, it speaks volume, but the way it connects a lot of people about it is interesting. I might you do a lot of writing. I stopped writing. I want to get back to writing. You know, I just one day I got writer's block and I stopped writing after that. But like the people that write, man, that just can just write and write down their thoughts and to continue to write. And just writing and then coming back with it. Like
Well,
that's
I
fire.
I take I take a long time, and I want to deliver this message to anybody that has reached out to me for a feature. I am not somebody that's going to go into the studio session and
We know.
write the verse on the spot. Uh, I'm gonna write it while I'm walking my dog or whatever. I'm gonna take my time with it. I just want to put that out there to everybody. It's gonna take me a while. I put a lot of thought into each word, and I want everything to make sense. I don't want to say perfect because it's most certainly not perfect, but uh, I want to give my best to each and every verse, each and every word. So I do take a lot of time writing these songs. So um, very rarely do I sit down and write a song from start to finish.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I will get a verse, or I will get a chorus. Sometimes I will get a chorus and a verse. Recently, I've started to get a chorus and two verses and
Yeah.
complete a song, but then I end up having to go back and revise things. So I am getting better, but I that's one of my downfalls as well, is I'm not able to crank out music and just write lyric after lyric. I don't know why that is. I think I just overthink
Yeah.
everything. So I wish I was able to kind of, again, keep up with the pace of what seems to be music and the internet today,
You take
where
your
it's bop,
time
bop,
though.
bop, bop, bop.
And
I
I like
can't
that about
do
you.
that.
You take your time, and you can tell you put a lot of thought into it. So like if you, that's why I appreciate when you come through and do verses, like 'cause I know you took your time on it. I always consider myself as I say a conscious rapper. Cause a lot of people been saying that, because I just say what's on my mind at the time. I love that, but when I hear your music, even when you put it in the car, like I could tell, you could just tell that you wrote it. You really put thought into it. And that's respectable right there. Just knowing that you take your time. Like if you ask like, oh, like, hey, da da da, hey, can I get it? Let me get a verse, William. That you're gonna actually appreciate it and you're gonna take your time to do it.
Yeah, recently, since I've been putting out the music, people have asked me, hey, you want to be in my song or whatever, and I tell them up front, like, this is gonna take me a few weeks.
Yeah,
I'm not necessarily gonna start writing this tonight, and realistically, I'm not gonna be at the studio session writing the song.
yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead
See
and
me,
do
I'm
it.
on the point.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna write it on my own, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna go record it on my own. But I got you. Give me some time, and I'm gonna get to it. But I don't know. I don't want to say that I hope to become uh, able to kind of write more quickly. Of course, yes, that's what I want, but this is my process, and it's taken me a lot of time to become comfortable with my
Yeah.
process, because my insecurity about my writing process has also prevented me from writing lyrics, because I feel like, how am I ever going to compete if guys are banging out songs in 45 minutes? That's never been me. I might as well give up. So it's taken me a lot of time to become comfortable with the fact that it's going to take me 2 weeks to write this song.
But yeah,
And it
think
just is what it is.
uh a lot of the cool thing about that is that if you get a William Wise verse, you get a great verse. Like it's like a little baby.
Hopefully,
You get a verse,
I hope
whatever that
so.
that you took time and you didn't just go and just throw some shit together. 'Cause me, I'm the guy like call me, I'm there, and just throw me on. Like whatever it is coming out. That's what's coming out. Like and hopefully I'm trying to give you the best version of myself. If you want me to go back and rewrite it, I will. But most of the time I say something, they be like, okay, I'm cool with that. But like the great thing is like it's like that if you get the Weyes verse, it's gonna be a good verse. Like you don't have to.
Hopefully.
And when you hear it, it's like, oh shit, this is a good verse and shit.
I
So
hope
that's a
so.
great thing. Don't ever second think about what somebody else is doing. Because what you're doing is fine.
Well, I appreciate it a lot, and this everything that I'm doing, it's all learning experience.
You got good.
And
Yeah, you got records with Jimmy Wapo.
what was it?
Did you got records with Jimmy Wapo? Let's see
No,
what
no, 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 no,
did I see?
no.
You got a record with
Hardo.
you got a record with Hardo. Shout out
With
Hardo.
Hardo.
You got a record with Riff Raff.
I have a record with Riff Raff, Hardo, and then also did a song. This is super slept on. I have not publicized this or promoted this enough. I do have a song called She Go Down with D-Rock from the Yin Yang
Oh, for
Twins.
real?
Okay. So when you see the song on streaming, it's She Go Down featuring RMA. Okay.
Wow.
So D-Rock from the Yin Yang Twins broke off and started a new group called RMA,
Mm-hmm.
which was D-Rock, Tone Bones, and Rhythm. And they came up from Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Let me backtrack. I opened up for them in Katanning, Pennsylvania at a place called Club Radioactive.
Yeah.
Okay. I must have been 19 years old, maybe 20. Definitely not even old enough to drink. I opened up for them and made a connection, was in contact for a while. They came up to Pittsburgh to do a show, hit me up like, hey, we like your music, let's do a song together.
Yeah.
I had something, and we ended up, making a track called She Go Down. And then I got to hang out with the Yin Yang Twins
Fire.
at the show in Pittsburgh, and super cool. So those are kind of the big name features that I've had, Hardo, Riff Raff, and D-Rock from the Yin Yang Twins on She Go Down. Um, and that was super crazy moment, and I haven't had anything like that since, but I hope to have
Remember how
some
like
cool
life works and how
moments
things
like
bring
that.
things together. People like we listen to. I recently oh yeah, shout out to Yang Yang Twins.
Mhm. Mhm.
Shout out to that movement. I recently did a record with Project Pat from
Right.
3 6 Mafia, and I don't even know how it happened. It just kind of happened, But it's crazy how like when you're growing up listening to people, like things you'll never think happen end up happening, how they transpire, and I just it's just kind of weird, like
Yeah.
it's just how you. Oh,
Bizarre,
this
cuz
is what I was gonna say. No, actually, what was you gonna say?
no, go ahead. It's just bizarre. Like I don't even know how those all those things, like all those features kind of happened within a
Uh,
short period of time, and then like nothing like that has happened since, and it's been many years. So it's just weird how all that happened, and super cool. That's all I was gonna say.
Shout out Yang Yang Twins.
Yep. Shout out Yin Twins.
Shout out
Yep.
Project Pat.
Yep. Hell yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
If you had anything to say to anybody that does that's trying to jump into this music world and is trying to overcome confidence and trying to the next thing, what would that kind of like sound like?
Man, I don't know. I haven't put a lot of thought into this. I've been doing this a long time. I have been writing. I started writing poetry when I was in elementary school, and then that turned into, you know, music. And I remember the first time that I heard rap music, I was on, and this is gonna be a long-winded explanation,
Yeah.
so I apologize, but I remember the first time that I heard rap music. Uh, my sister was with me. I was with her dad. My sister has a different dad, and we were on. He had a boat, and the sun was setting, and it was right over top of the water. And he said, "Do you want to drive?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." And I thought that I could drive to the sun because it was right in front of us. It was level with the water. And they put the radio on, and Eminem had come on. And I don't
Eminem with the trash bag.
I don't remember what the song was,
Love the
but
Eminem
it,
back
it,
then.
it, it was definitely very early. Maybe it was My Name Is,
My
and
name.
it blew my mind. And so I've been working at this since then. I think that so my advice is the reason I say that is because it's like invest your time into it. Really work at it. Maybe you are somebody that just kind of picks it up right away. That wasn't me. I'm not even saying that I'm good now or great right now, or I'm not even saying I deserve to be sitting next to you talking about my music. But let's assume that I am.
Yeah.
My advice is that really put your time into it, and just devote time and energy to it is my best. And then also do your best to not get discouraged, because there's definitely going to be times when you're going to feel discouraged and people aren't going to like what you put out, and they're going to tell you about it, and that's going to be rough. But just let that, be water off a duck's back, and continue pushing forward. So that's the best kind of advice that I can give. But put your true effort into it, because that's going to go a long way. Don't put out garbage, okay, guys? Come on, don't put out the garbage stuff. So I don't know that I have great advice other than to just continue to push forward. That's the best thing that you can do, and just expect that you're gonna feel crummy, and your feelings are probably gonna be hurt at some point in time, but you need to push past that point.
Push forward. Anyway, guys, this shit's probably dead anyway. This is another conversation with Jeezz. We're gonna jump on Twitch for a couple minutes, just get with those guys. But William Weyes, if you haven't heard of this guy yet, make sure you guys check him out. He's next up. Definitely straight out of Erie. A14, shout out A14. Make sure you guys get into his music early. You don't want to be too late.
Right.
And what else? Keep going. Keep rocking.
That's it. Diamonds. Go stream Diamonds. Go watch the music video, okay? I'm all bummed out because I didn't get enough views on it. So now my feelings are hurt. So go watch the music video. And, hey, I want to say to all the people out there, please share people's music. Hit the share button. Hit the share button. Leave a like and a comment. That stuff goes such a long way. And I'm glad that you viewed it. But you know what? Share that fucking video, please. That helps us out a lot. So